Wow. So I get to bring it to a close, but there's some great program that you're going to follow and end with our conference. But I'm not going to close this conference without telling you that all that happened, I did. But I want to tell you who really did it. And I want to have Dina stand up, Jody, Steph and Gary, Ross, Miriam, Jason, Carla, Natalie, Limor, my C-suite, my national, all my professionals stand up. My friends, we are part of an unbroken chain of history, a people who have endured, who thrived against all odds, a people who dreamed of returning to our ancestral soil, and then we made it happen. As individuals, as people, as a nation, we all deserve to write our own future. But even the most beautiful dreams, the greatest visions, are imperfect in their reality. We must always be a work in progress. That's the challenge and the beauty of who we are. Because the pride requires courage. The courage to face the future head on. The courage to keep writing our story no matter what. Yes, we must honor the past, but we must build tomorrow. We are here in this room because others did that before us. They gave us their promise, their encouragement, their lives. They gave us their values, their dreams. They had pain, they had joy, but they had pride. They gave money, hard work, but a love for our people and for our land. So when you leave this conference, if you leave with only one thought, let it be this: it is within your hands. It is within your ability to bring others along. It is within your courage and your commitment to make tomorrow better than today, and to bring 1 million voices to the Jewish National Fund. Our story is not finished. It is just beginning. And there is no time to be tired. There is no time to rest. Yes, it has been a tough 2 years. It's been a tough 3,500 years. But what a great past and a greater tomorrow if we do it together. So allow me to be bold to offer what I believe is the beginning of the writing of the next chapter. First, we cannot be defined. We cannot allow us to be defined by acts of terror, but we will only be defined by our acts of strength. October 7th and the war that followed left very deep scars. But I was there on that day with Marcy. I've been back to Israel almost every 3 weeks for the past 2 years. I have traveled through the United States. I have met our teenagers. I met our donors. I met our friends. And I am telling you, I felt I was part of this resilience and this unbelievable renewed commitment. So you have to go and go to Israel. You have to meet the people. It's essential. It deepens our understanding. It strengthens our hearts. It gives us the power to tell our story to others with emotion, with pride, and with truth. Third, we got to get more teenagers to Israel. There's no more powerful connection to our land, to our heritage, to our future. And we already have the answer. I don't know if you know it, Alexander Muss High School in Israel. We can bring more teenagers and give them the answers they seek during those critical years that they're questioning, to find strength and identity and purpose in being part of our Jewish people and of our story. Fourth, we have to revitalize our Hebrew education in our congregational schools where most of our kids are going. We must bring Zionism alive. Not just the story of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what? I want the story of Yael, of Michal, of Yoel, of all of the Israelis that are here in this room. That is the real story of Israel. That's the story that we have to tell. And fifth, we have to be proud. And yes, I'm telling you now, there'll be very tough challenges with that in the workplace and in the classrooms. Yet Jewish pride and pride in Israel means standing for those great values, for honesty, for respect, for democratic principles. And in those moments, I want you to remember this. Look around. Look around. You're not alone. You're not alone. And finally, remember that we aren't perfect. Show me one person or one nation that is. But we don't need to be perfect. We simply have to be better today than we were yesterday and better tomorrow. To make continuous progress. I'm surrounded by great people, by great family, by friends, by colleagues, who all just want to be better today than they were yesterday and better tomorrow. And that thriving for that defines our greatness. That thriving, that defines us. That defines Zionism. That is Israel, and that is the Jewish National Fund. We must lead. And leadership, it's not easy. It can be very lonely. It can be painful. But I'm telling you that the difference of our success and our failure depends on you, leadership. Leadership fills the world with good, and it doesn't allow evil to even take one step. So, my friends, lead. Lead with courage. Lead with pride. Lead with compassion. Lead with giving. Lead with understanding. Lead with Zionism. And tell our story. And then tell it again. Because our story is being written. And the next chapter is ours to write.